Blessings. No clock today. No countdown. Hold on, I'm going to turn this light off. I'm going to turn this light on. All right. Blessings. Well, thank you. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great Thursday. And at the time of this recording, this is the full wolf moon. The full wolf moon. What the heck does it mean? This is not, this video is for something else. So you can look up online what it means. And full moon is a good time to let things go. So I think it's a really good time to talk about this topic. And these two words that have been on my mind. Two words that have been on my mind. And I did a post about this recently. The words transformation. I'm writing it here. And rewiring. Okay. Transformation and rewiring. As you watch this, I invite you to put in the comment box what comes to mind for you when you think of transforming and rewiring. Okay, transforming and rewiring. Here's the thing. There is a difference between the two, and this video it will be free of one versus like transformations versus rewiring. If you're doing one or the other, great. Okay, great. This is more about having an understanding for me anyway. For me, and I'm sharing this is a journey I'm sharing here. For those, this video is for those that are on a path of growth, because both of these items are about growth. This video I'm going to share the two phases. They're really two phases of growth, and both of these phases really require us to get very I don't want to say real, but it requires different things from us to be able to succeed or have success in what we set out to do. So one of the things I want to this quote that came up. There's two quotes I'm going to share. One, the first quote: real transformation requires real honesty. If you want to move forward, get real with yourself. So right around this time, again, at the time of this recording, this is January 25th. So this is like the end of January. At this point, we're still very early in the new year. So there's times where people have New Year's resolutions. And at this point, this is when you can start to, you'll see, as an old former trainer, I would see people start to fall off. This is around the time they start to fall off a lot, far from being as crowded at the gym. And I just noticed like people start to fall off their things. I've started to fall off a couple practices that I started off the year with. So this video, if you're on a transformation journey, this is important because transformation is your acquisition stage. My boy Chris Flow, man, he talked about acquisition versus maintenance, and it plays a big role in transformation and rewiring. So transformation is your acquisition phase. If you set out at the beginning of the year to get a goal, perfect. This is you transforming yourself to achieve that goal. That could be a lot of different things. If you set out on a goal to make more money or have a different career, chances are you're going to need to transform or be something different or become something different, think different to achieve that phase. All right. Now, the thing is that once you get there, you get to become something different as well, because you get to maintain that phase. All right. And in that maintenance, that is your rewiring. So this all came to play actually from doing this activity, this exercise, because I'm doing these live streams as a part of an integration from a course that I took called Technically Speaking. So this is to do 30 live streams and integrate the knowledge that I learned in the course over 12 weeks. So I noticed that, like, wow, as I'm doing more of these videos and I'm planning like a framework and all these things and bringing in all these tactics and learning to integrate and practice them, I'm noticing, I'm like, dang, like it was one thing I had to think differently to get this new knowledge, this new way of presenting, this new way of doing things that was foreign to me. After I got that piece, then it was about learning to integrate and apply. So that is that rewiring, because I get to think differently. Like even me doing live streams, it's like having a plan or having a directive. Like, okay, I know in my head, like, I'm gonna go through this. Otherwise, I could be rambling. Like, so the other day, then like all of a sudden, I'm talking about the Knicks, and like, come on, man, like, stay on target. So, this is why this acquisition, or this not acquisition, but the rewiring phase is so important, and just as important as the transformation phase. So I want to illustrate some other things why why both are important. And before I do that, I want to create the clear distinction. Transform is a massive change. It's transform. How I'm defining, or how I'm seeing it, is completely changing, or changing who you are. So the easiest description is someone that goes into the new year saying, "I'm going to lose 20 pounds." Okay, you get to do things differently, like eat differently, your different activity, to be able to lose that 20 pounds. Now, once you lose the 20 pounds, you're at a good weight, you're feeling good. Now you get to maintain, your lifestyle gets to change to maintain that, right? You're going to be, and this is where between your acquisition and then the maintenance phase, there's this little thin space where you have your sabotage. So when people go for a lot of these transformations, it's so great that you all are doing that. Tip top to you. But you may find that some people get really frustrated because they're like, why didn't this thing work? Well, and then they want to, and then it's easy. I just put this thing about victim mentality. It could be easy to blame. The thing is what are the ways that you've integrated what you learned? There's a different mindset there. That's where the shift happens. That's where and this really is a rewiring. It's like there's neural pathways. The thing is in your former state, you had a way of doing things. Your brain was wired to do things a certain way. When you made your shift, when you transformed, you became something different. All of a sudden, you're activating different things. You're becoming something different. Now, as you become something different, maintaining that means you get to plan. And a lot of the things that you learned along the way to your transformation, what are the ways that you apply that to your everyday life to maintain what you've achieved? Now, again, if people fail to integrate and rewire and learn, take the information that you learned along your journey and begin to apply it, what begins to happen is a person can sabotage. Speaking of myself, been a lot of times, like, I went on a detox. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good. Then all of a sudden, okay, I failed to have a plan. I just figured, like, I'll just figure it out as I go. No, having a plan now, I begin to learn to integrate. What are the fruits? What are the veggies that I start to incorporate on my diet on a regular basis? Now I can be successful. Now I can really live in into that lifestyle that I had just achieved. Now, the reason why sabotage is really big, if there's no space to rewire the things you've learned, is because we'll start to go into the old way of thinking. Like, especially again, if you just lost some weight and you fail to have this plan or this method or tactics to maintain what you achieved, all of a sudden, you're like, yo, man, you know that? Damn, it's 2 Big Macs for $5. No one's gonna know. Then you start to go back to old ways. So this is listen, and again, this is a both end. There's going to be a chance again, as you, for those people that are still on your well-being journey or whatever goal you set out at the beginning of the year, you're still going strong. Good stuff. Now, at this point, start to think about what are the ways that as you get closer to your goal, or as you've achieved your goal, start thinking of what are the ways that I'm gonna maintain this. What are the ways that I get to rewire all these things that I've learned into my everyday life? When you do that, then you're gonna become successful. You're gonna become something different. You're gonna maintain that. Then chances are you're gonna go for something different. I don't know, maybe, possibly, or whatever was whatever. And so it is. So listen, I want to wrap up with this quote because I saw I was almost late getting on here because I was reading. This junk hit nice. This quote right here. So I want to read this. Wow. Okay, yeah, man, it's so crazy how they do these things with these videos. Anyway, listen, I'll put the quote in the comments. Listen, if you're watching on the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're watching now, thank you for stopping by and listening to this. And the key takeaway here is that on your path to growth, remember that there's two phases to be aware of. There is your transformation phase where you become what you've set out to become or set out to do. And then after that, there's your rewiring. You get to rewire how you think, what you think about in order to maintain this thing that you've acquired. Two very important phases as you're on this path to growth. I want to see you successful. I want to see you win. So bless up. Thank you. If you have any comments, leave the comments in there. Like, share, and subscribe on this because this is on YouTube too. So blessings to that. Yes, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, peace.